All right, welcome to the Beta Boys podcast. Today I'm rocking some teeth gems. Zooming on it. Look, if you get no bitches, I very like recommend that you get teeth gems because it improves your chances by 5%.
Just to make it fully impossible for yourself.
No, wait, whoa. Are we doing fucking conspiracy theories right now?
It's not. No, this ain't a theory. They're just going over like literal, like this is legit news.
Okay, so. You know, we're still finding ourselves with the podcast and everything. We're still getting comfortable. Your arm's too close to me. So we're still getting comfortable with all the things. And I feel like we kind of strayed away from conspiracy and news. And we're trying to get back on that shit because we just want our views to be better.
We don't got to say that.
But we did. So, like, we're here, you know?
You did.
So we're going to do a podcast later tonight, too, with my friend. She's not really my friend. But we're going to say she is during the podcast. Today's Cinco de Mayo. And I'm hyped because this is the one day of the year that I drink. I don't drink, I don't smoke, but Cinco de Mayo, bro, I'm getting fucked up.
Yeah.
We're literally doing it right after this. So this podcast is going to be hella rushed, dog. So let's go. Come on. Wasting no time.
Shit, dude.
We're 2 minutes in and it feels like it's been an hour already. We got water. We're hydrated. You good? No hangovers tomorrow. I got a soccer game at 8.
I mean, have fun. All right.
Make sure you zoom in on the T-Gem. Wait, lower him a little bit.
Oh, my God, dude. What?
Look at the T-Gem.
No.
Look at him.
It's already
Both
there.
sides.
We get it.
They're not cute?
Oh, yeah, dude. Super cute. How is it?
Icon. UFO.
Oh,
UFO.
that's the plan.
Real quick, you think these two fuck?
No, they don't.
How you know?
Because she just got engaged with a whole nother person. Like another person that comes on here. Oh, yeah.
You think it hurt him?
What?
You think it hurt the guy?
What do you mean?
Do you think it hurt the guy?
I don't think so.
A little bit.
You think a little bit? I mean, they've been co-hosts for a long time now.
And they have that connection that no one else has.
I mean, I honestly, I don't know. I don't think so.
It's just them, right?
Yeah, she's a progressive. He's like he's conservative, but he's different.
How do you think they met?
As co-hosts on there was another program called The Hill Rising, and they didn't want to be censored anymore, or like they weren't really censored, but like they didn't want to risk it, so they made their own thing, and now it's like I think it's the #1 podcast, like news podcast. These guys,
nah,
yeah,
and they're not even reporters.
I mean, they are. They break news.
Like, did they go to school for that shit?
No, she ran for. I mean, he did. So he actually used to be a reporter.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the Pentagon press corps reporter, and then he did like White House press.
What the fuck does that mean?
He interviewed Trump. Like he used to be a mainstream reporter, and she actually ran for Congress as like a progressive and lost. And then the rest is history. Actually, no, she actually was an anchor at MSNBC. I didn't even think about it.
Do you have to go to school for that shit?
Yeah, for the news, yeah, broadcasting.
Are we broadcasting right now?
Yeah, but I mean, times have changed, you know?
I was about to say, I didn't go to school for that shit either, dog. Play this shit. Come on, I want to see what the UFOs.
Our show and to talk to you. Thank you so much.
You know the black.
Thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it.
I know.
Absolutely.
They look good.
Let's put the poster up there on the screen for those who are interested. And
terrible.
I do encourage everyone to go out and to rent the documentary, to watch the documentary wherever it's available. Moment of Contact, the Roswell of Brazil. James, for those who didn't see you on the Joe Rogan Experience, can you just describe?
All right, so hold on. I'll
little-
tell you.
That guy's fucking neck is.
I'll give a little
dog.
bit of backstory. So, like, with this guy, he's been reporting on UFOs, whatever else, and there was a Roswell incident in Brazil.
Who's Roswell?
Like Roswell, New Mexico. Like there was like alien crash landed type shit.
Yeah.
So something similar happened in Brazil in the 90s.
I have a question real quick though, Doug. Wherever an alien lands in the world, that's the language they're gonna speak?
No.
Or do you think? Because I feel like we predetermined that aliens speak English.
No, they don't. I think that's pretty clear. I don't think we predetermine it.
I'm pretty sure, dog.
No, I mean, like, yeah, when we're making a movie about it, it's just convenient.
If I saw an alien and he's speaking some bullshit language I don't understand, I ain't gonna take him seriously. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like an alien would probably be able to figure out someone's language in like a half a second.
Yeah, so why wouldn't they speak our language?
I mean, they might, but I don't think it'd just be English. It'd be like they'd know all the languages and how to respond to it.
All right, if they fucking want to show off, but
I mean, that's what I kind of feel like.
All right, dog. Technologically, they probably advanced, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. But physically, if they're what you
they're
think
probably like underdeveloped looking because like technology, they've evolved with it at that point. They're probably just very scrawny or whatever else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in this that goes so okay. So I'll just give a little bit of background so you can understand what this is, right?
Thanks, Doug.
So like this happened in
the
yeah. Thanks. So like, so this event happened in the 90s, and there's so many witnesses that actually saw like little beings, things like there's so many credible witnesses where it's just insane, and it was suppressed by like the government. The CIA literally flew in unannounced and like got the stuff. You know what I mean? Like just crazy shit. Like that. I mean, like that's basically what happened. But there's so many credible witnesses. There's like lawyers, doctors that saw firsthand.
That's sick. Nah, but what I'm saying is, dog. Let's just say technology's not real right now. Let's just say we don't have technology. We just have ourselves.
Yo.
How many? You think you could take an alien in a fight?
Yeah, probably, because it's probably like underdeveloped.
All right, dog. When we see one, I'm be like, yo, my boy said he can take it.
Yeah, do it.
All right. I literally like you have to be full extinctual. Like I want you to fucking hold it and like bite into its head.
No, I'll get a disease from the thing, dude.
So now you think they have diseases?
Well, yeah, that we're not accustomed to. Like a common cold to them could kill us because it's not a bacteria our body ever fought off.
Dog, I got vitamin C.
All right, we're continuing.
Vitamin C. This
okay,
fucking
let's finish this video.
You find and investigate in the documentary about the so-called Roswell.
I know you don't got the attention span for this. We're
Virginia.
gonna make this playback speed a little bit more.
It's funny. It's like it's one of those cases where people that are familiar with my work. I've been on Joe Rogan before.
Let's go. Come
Dog,
on.
I'm hyped, bro. I'm hyped.
With a film I did called The Phenomenon.
This guy's nice.
A little bit with former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid and Podesta and a handful of others, both Republicans and Democrats.
I feel like he's living in a fucking treehouse.
Oh yeah,
a level of credibility that I never, as a citizen, never had before.
He's in the jungles of Brazil collecting evidence right now, dude.
100%. He's eating fucking guanana day and night
in Varginha, Brazil, in the state of Minas Gerais, which is about 4 or 5 hours to the north of Sao Paulo. And I knew Joe Rogan heard about the case like a number of times. He had some of his guests talking about it.
Yeah, he's crushing it.
He kind of looks like an older version of Sean.
He seems so excited.
Oh, he is. Maybe because it's sped up, but
he's excited.
It's warranted, and I understand that. But all
look
I
at that
ask
fucking
people
smile.
is that suspend judgment.
He looks like if Batman's parents never died.
Evidence of the people that were there, the firsthand eyewitness testimony from military officers, from firemen, from doctors, from civilians, lawyers. It's absolutely mind-bending, and what you're left with is something truly extraordinary. Took place in Varginha, Brazil, January 20th, 1996.
Why are we hearing about this shit now?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I'd never even heard of it. It was just like a story that got suppressed.
I was about to say, what? He was hard to get into? Like, he was a hard person to fucking get on the show? They waited 23 years
No,
to get
he's
him?
making like a... He's been
making
like...
a comeback?
Shut up. He's been doing like a whole bunch of like research and like reporting on it, and he's making like a whole movie about it. Yeah, that's why this is coming up now when it comes to him.
Yo, the picture needs to be fucking an alien dressed up in the carnival.
Oh, God.
That'd be hard as fuck.
I watched the film last night, and what was
it's already
most
out.
persuasive to me was the fact that you had so many witnesses. And these aren't like, you know, UFO buffs who are deep in the space, or it's not just like one-off person who you could dismiss as these are just like regular Brazilian people, families, kids, business people, whatever, who are telling you about what they saw and experienced on that day. The part that I actually find kind of the hardest to believe is the fact that the Brazilian
I feel like she
military,
crushed in college.
conjunction with the US
Oh,
military,
100%.
100%.
I would
Yeah,
she'd be a great person to do a group project with.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, she's definitely the person that like just did it all and said, just shut up and just do what I tell you.
Dog, I'm not gonna lie, in high school. So I believe, like, you know, like we have to. What's up with you? I'm telling stories.
We're on a time limit here.
I know, but we're crushing it. We're at least
All right,
gonna be
keep going,
30
keep
minutes.
going, keep going.
So fucking, I would do some of the work, you know, but bare minimum, and like in group projects, because I would be like, yo, none of you have to present. I'll present, and everyone's like, for real? And I was like, listen, the presentation's all that matters. You know, fill me in with the presentation. We'll all get A's. But when you do that, dog, it's like you carrying the team. So they were fucking doing all this shit. I would come, like, they'd have, like, these group meetings and everything. I'd celeb shot the last one. I'd be like, give me a little notes. I'd fucking read them. I'd be like, all right, whatever. I'd throw them to the side. Bro, I would literally just stand in front of the class and I'd just be like, all right, time to crush it. And I'd be like, listen, you fucks, you did your job. Go away. You can even sit down. You don't have to stand up for this. Bro, what? Literally, dog, destroyed it. I would stare at everyone in the fucking eyes. And you know how everyone's like, oh, like, blah, I'm scared to talk to people. Those people are fucking pussies, bro. I would look people in the fucking souls, dog. And just be like, boom, boom. This is why SpongeBob and, like, sponges absorb shit. We had to do something on fucking, like, cleaning and, like, absorption and shit. And I made, like, my picture SpongeBob. It was beautiful.
Nice, dude.
We got an A. And my teacher's like, Dylan and his group, great job. And I was like,
Dude.
play to your strengths, bro. I feel like this bitch has no weakness.
What'd you think?
You know, I don't blame you one bit. I actually had people like
I want to hug this guy.
one of the contributing editors to the New York Times story
Oh my God.
that exposed the secret Pentagon UFO program in December of 2017. It was Helene Cooper,
Dr. Joe.
Yes.
Leslie Kane, and
Pay
Ralph
attention.
Russell. Anyway, Leslie was like, ooh, are you sure you want to report on this case? I said, Leslie, I've known Leslie for quite some time. I said, Leslie, I think there's a lot to it. I really do. And long story short, she reached into her deep contacts. She went public with this about 2 weeks ago. Intel contacts off the record, and they told her that it happened. So
aliens are real.
Yeah.
Why do you think we're so, like, we don't want to show them, you know? Like, what do you think is the, like, biggest thing?
I think it's just, I don't know. I think it's just bullshit. Like, they're scared, like, it's gonna, like, break people's brains to the point where it's, you know, becomes an issue.
People's brains need to get fucking broken.
I mean, I would agree on that.
Like, hear me out. If a fucking chicken is in its egg and it never fucking, like, breaks out of it, it's gonna be in its fucking shell its whole life. So when you fucking get out and you're like, bye-bye, I'm a chicken, fly, that is when you experience life for what it is. It's like with that shit where fucking everyone's like running a 6 mile, like a 6 minute mile is not doable. And then the motherfucker's like, I could do that. And then they hit like 440 or some crazy shit. So it's like, dog, we're constantly breaking shit. I feel like we're holding back our brains by not saying this shit because there's supposed to be other things that are available, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, honestly, I think it has a lot to do with, like, religion and things like that. You know, because, you know,
Everyone
it'll
can't feel like
just
the lie.
fuck them all up. You
Yeah,
know?
because I mean, dog, like 100 years isn't that long of a time when it comes to like everything.
Oh, yeah.
When it comes to the fucking life of the earth, 100 years ain't dick. 100 years is nothing.
I mean, 2,000 years ain't anything. You know what I mean? So it's like...
So if we got fucking aliens and they're watching us develop, like, what if they're dope? What if they have septum piercings?
I mean, it could literally, because you're talking about, like, aliens or whatever, you could theoretically have it to where it's like the aliens put us here, engineered our, like, DNA and stuff like that, just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
And,
What if
like,
that's just
2,000
for
years for them, or 2,000 years for them could just be, like, you know, a fucking,
fun?
like...
A week and a half.
Yeah, it could just be like a research project, like that, like for them would be the equivalent of like 3 years.
What if we're the fucking project?
That's what I'm saying.
And then someone's going to present me.
I don't, you know what? I feel like they got like little probes and shit like that, and they're just like, they just analyze everyone.
But what if they
You know?
don't?
And that's theoretical.
Nah,
'cause I
hear
don't
me out,
even
hear me out,
believe
hear me
that,
out. Because this shit might be on, I might be on something, dog.
But, oh, wow.
What if they pre-put some, like, thought of how we think aliens would be in our heads, that they're so different than what they are. Like, they have probes and shit like that. They're underdeveloped. They have big-ass heads and shit. What if aliens are the reason we think they're like that, but they actually look just like us, so we'll never catch on? They're hiding in plain sight. Government's about to shut us down. Doc, I think I got it. I think I got it. Fuck this guy. What news channel is this? Call him up. I gotta be on it, bro.
Breaking
Come on.
points.
Breaking points. Let's go. Aliens are in New York
Hold
right
up.
now.
Oh,
fucking
come
dancing, dog. They're saying you're and like Riz and shit.
I don't think so.
I 100% know. You saw the Nike fucking the SB dunk fucking the Ben and Jerry ones?
What?
The Ben and Jerry Nike shoes?
No.
Aliens made that shit.
Oh, yeah?
There's no way they have it. AI?
Yeah, dude.
Come on.
I mean, anything's possible.
And
Give me more info.
like Lou Elizondo, who's also said to me, I learned that this happened during my time at ATIP.
Yeah, let's for those, James, who aren't familiar with the acronyms with Lou Elizondo and all this, and even with Virginia. No, it's completely fine. Let's just describe the timeline of January 1996 about what witnesses reported in the film. You don't have to give away everything from the film, but the broad contours, the Brazilian and the U.S. military response, alleged response, and then some of what you've been able to uncover with new reporting, which we're going to get to in a little bit.
Yes, so let me just quickly finish what I was just saying in terms of the U.S. involvement.
I don't want nothing bad to ever happen to this guy ever.
People that have investigated in the a lot longer than me. And during that 12-year investigation, I was going back and forth to Brazil countless times, a month each time. I was completely unaware that there were any American involvement. I actually learned that on the last trip.
You think he speaks Portuguese?
And so
I would think so, yeah.
Every military person
He might.
we met with, and they're all featured in the film at some point, particularly in the credits at the end, all said the Americans were involved. And while we were there the last time, this was shocking, was that the military flight control officer. Now, when you're in the fire department, you're also military. When you're in the police department, you're also military. When you're a flight radar control officer who monitors airplanes that come in and out of Brazil, you're also military. And this guy, Carlos Feres, F-E-R-E-S, came forward on the record saying that he was in charge that night and saw the United States Air Force plane come in without authorization from the Brazilian.
That man literally said that shit in secret to him. He's like, yo, don't tell anyone, but this is what I saw.
Yeah.
And this piece of shit just fucking
he's like,
him. Dog, he spelled his name.
That's going in the movie.
He spelled his name, bro.
It came in and it landed directly. This is on the record. You can go and look it up. It came in and it landed in Campinas.
You good?
He kept saying USAF. I was like, what's this guy talking about? United States Air Force. So, and it landed in Campinas, and we have testimony from the military base, EZA, from people that were there, that went on the record, that said they drove these creatures to Campinas on that date. So,
bro, you telling me they scary, bro? They sound fucking dope as fuck. They went to Brazil. They wanted to drink some guaraná. They were chilling with fucking Pele and Ronaldo, bro. During the Carnival, they're just trying to get twerked on, bro. If you think if your theory's correct and they're 3 feet tall, a bitch was standing
No, he
up
said
straight.
that's the report. They're like, this is all like reporting.
No, I know, but they're probably getting twerked on. And, that girl's standing up, shaking his ass, and the aliens are like that. Like, come on, dog. Why Brazil? Why Brazil? Because they wanted to see the fucking rainforest? Nah, dog. It's Carnival time, bro.
Yeah.
They're doing a little fucking drugs. They're on the fucking Saskafraskas, whatever the fuck it's called.
God.
They're fucking crushing the dog.
Had to be.
And in my head, I don't know if this is true or not. I feel like aliens can automatically breakdance. I don't know why I have that theory, but tell me it doesn't seem true. I feel like they're dope as fucking pop locking.
Has to be.
Come on, dog.
Yeah. All right.
on the ground, some civilians and doctors and lawyers.
Over here driving them around in a fucking golf
Watch,
cart.
watch.
Also part of the military who said he saw the flight come in, and it's truly extraordinary. So let me say that in and around the town of Varginha, Brazil, January 1996, you had farmers, you had.
I'm gonna say one more thing. The places he's naming, Virginia, Brazil, and that other place sounded like penis.
No, obviously.
I did.
I know.
You know why they were there.
You were chuckling.
You had professors, one in particular, Carlos de Souza, who's also an ultralight pilot, who witnessed a cylindrical, sort of cigar-shaped object about the size, a little bigger than a really big school bus. It was metallic. It didn't have any wings. It didn't have any exhaust vents or visible means of propulsion. It was just a cylindrical-shaped object with a gash in the side of it that looked like it was in trouble.
Dog, this man's flying on a dick.
Saw this in the middle of the night, and it was just struck.
It's a very phallic object.
And then eventually there was a witness at a place called Myelini Farm on the outskirts of Varginha that saw it impact the ground. Went up there, the military arrived. He was met at gunpoint to leave the area. Never once did Carlos de Souza think that I just witnessed something that crashed potentially from another world. He thought it was some super secret government craft. He had no idea. A few days later, there were reports in the town of these like 4 feet tall. I know this sounds crazy. Believe me, I do. But these are very credible, and lots of reports coming in about entities that have brown skin, no hair, oily, big red eyes, ridges on the forehead, spindly, weak, frightened, and scared, cowering, non-threatening. And these reports came in from fire department, from police department, from...
That just sounds like that live in Boynton.
Put it on.
One of the most incredible accounts is from 3 girls.
The super old people that go to the beach all the time.
Just watching.
Oh, brown,
Unbelievable.
And reportedly, you know, what you report on in the film is that one individual who was charged with capturing these things and, you know, actually had it reportedly in his arms, he ends up dying in a mysterious way thereafter. Can you speak to, I understand you've learned a little bit more about what might have happened there.
So this is an ongoing investigation, and just last week, we got a hold of the 2 forensic pathologists who worked on the deceased military officer doing the autopsy. And they're coming forward for the first time. Now, they're providing a very detailed long-form autopsy report that Leslie Kane is actually having translated medically, professionally, because it's very...
This man's just name-dropping everyone.
Oh,
dude.
yeah, dog. He doesn't give a fuck. It's like, if I'm going down, we're going down.
There's about to be a lot of strange occurrences happening to this cast, dude.
Get to it. So I'm handing these to you. These are brief statements with translations, and you could play them directly from the horse's mouth from the forensic...
Tell me his name.
...who did work on the deceased military officer.
Great. We have some of those clips here. For those who are listening, I encourage you to come watch this on YouTube because we have subtitles. Let's take a listen.
Oh, bro, the guy to the right definitely saw an alien. So it's otherworldly bacteria.
Yeah.
Why didn't they just get some antibacterial soap?
It don't work like that, dude.
So, some of what we're seeing there, James, there's a longer video, of course, which I'm sure you'll put in a future film. But one of the points that is being taken away is that these pathologists describe a bacteria that's never been seen before on Earth. It ended up killing a person who ended up transporting these creatures and alluding also to ET and kind of the light at the end of this. Can you translate some of that for us as to
I get the
big
chills.
takeaways?
I get the chills. As someone who's been looking into this case for 12 years, and I know that Marco Leao, my Brazilian counterpart, has been doing it much longer than I have, the fact that we've got these guys, and I tell you, I literally was doing Zoom calls a couple days leading up to going on Joe Rogan, begging and pleading with these doctors to come forward. And one doctor said, hey, if he comes forward, I'll come forward with him. We'll do it together, power in numbers. And then ultimately they did. And they provided us with long form. But basically what they're saying was, in their entire career, they've never seen anything like this, bacterial infection that killed a perfectly healthy 23-year-old military police officer. And they said that we even interviewed Dr. Cesario, who worked on him while he was alive. He said, I threw the kitchen sink at him, and nothing was working.
If an alien's fine, would you fuck?
Might have to. You know?
And do you think, like, they're all one gender? Or do you think, like, they're different? Because, like, when I think of alien, we automatically think they're guys, right?
I can't picture...
A female alien?
No, I can't picture, like, a species evolving in any other way besides to be able to reproduce. So, yeah, I would think that there's, like, both genders.
But what if they have both?
That's possible, too. If they're, like, asexual like that, where they can just, like, reproduce on their own.
That'd be kind of dope.
That would mean I don't know. Because that would make, like, a crazy bottleneck, dude.
What does that mean?
Like, where the genes keep replicating, and, like, that's when you get, like, disfigurations. Like, the English, like, royal family.
Yeah, I know. They're, like, all, like, inbred shit, right?
Yeah, so picture that for, like, 1,000 years.
I feel you, dog.
You know, like, that's crazy. I mean, another 1,000 years.
I mean, like, what if they came down here and they were like, yo. Like, obviously they have to speak English. And they're like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, you got other earthly bacteria. But I'm like, but I got a tooth gem. Come with me.
It's like an intergalactic condom, dude.
That's
You
it,
know?
dog.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just wear gloves.
Dude. Yeah. Just all gloves, and then well, no, because you'd still be like having sex, like the bacteria.
No,
would
dog,
be
I'm not
running.
fucking. Bro, gloves and a COVID mask and I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Come on, bro. You're
Yeah.
fucking sick.
Unless it gets in your eye.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, yeah.
I got my blue lights on.
They've never seen anything like it. So they took samples, which I know that they're going to have more details on about this type of bacteria, but those are just the initial statements that they're making.
He looks like
Again, I have to
Zips.
remind your audience, this is an ongoing investigation. I'm not going to put this in another film. I'm going to put it out to the general public immediately because I think that this is a story that could prove once and for all, could settle the debate once and for all, whether these things are real or not, because we have a case, unlike Roswell, that's so recent that the vast majority of people and witnesses are still alive, and they're coming forward right now in droves.
Yeah, I mean, James, my takeaway from this was either an alien craft landed in Virginia, Brazil in 1996, or somebody escaped from some crazy biolab with an unknown, strain of bacteria or something, that then the U.S. government and the Brazilian military hopped in and it created some very strange disturbances in the town, of which many of these people never forget. I mean, you can
I have a
tell
question,
from the
though.
documentary.
With that shit, that bacteria, why didn't it spread? Huh?
Because it wasn't like contained. It was just like a bacteria that to this alien might have been like nothing. So like it wasn't spreading or anything like that. It was just like something in their craft. And to us, it would have been like, smallpox or something. Like when we came over here from like when Europeans came over here.
Yeah, I know.
It's probably something similar to that, where it's like we just carried the bacteria, but like we were already immune to it.
I understand.
This is a traumatic experience. None of these people wanted to come forward. In many cases, you describe having to go through and solicit and beg people to come forward. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Absolutely. Well, while we're on the subject matter of crash material, just before we get into this.
Oh, he's putting his glasses on. This is
Yo.
important. Oh, shit.
The recently passed. Excuse me.
Oh, he fucking even
He's
said
got
it.
so much swag in those glasses, dude.
And Marco Rubio, Gallego, and Gallagher also contributed to this. But in any case, this just passed, signed into law, the UFP legislation. I'm going to read you one of the bits of text, and I'm going to ask your audience what prompted this. Okay, here we go. Any activity or program by a department or agency of the federal government or contractor of such a department or agency relating to unidentified anomalous phenomena, including with respect to material retrieval, material analysis, reverse engineering, research and development, detection and tracking. They talk about potentially crashed materials, like covered UFOs. The legislation's right.
They're highlighted. It has to be real.
Yo.
What the fuck?
And James, are you hopeful that some of these DC-based efforts on Capitol Hill will lead to increased transparency and more information?
Well, so everybody thinks that there was this sudden epiphany by the U.S. government to provide Joe Public with far more data on the phenomenon. That's not what happened. What happened was there were a couple of insiders like Christopher Mellon, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense.
Dog, you just gave that man's whole address out.
Who ran the ATIP program, and a handful of people decided, wow, the level of secrecy is ridiculous. We are going to find a loophole, walk some evidence out of the Pentagon, which is what happened, and directly onto the front page of the New York Times. Now, the problem is the government can't put the genie back in the bottle, okay? So the intelligence agency, when I met with Senator Harry Reid, former Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid, about this topic, he said that when he launched the UAP task force, it went from OSAP to ATIP, Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. He said that the intelligence agencies were digging in their heels. They were fighting, kicking, scratching, and biting. They didn't want this. And I suspect the same thing is occurring right now. However, what I'm doing and what many others are doing, we're meeting with the intel folks on the inside that have already gone to testify to AARO, which is run by Sean Kirkpatrick. That's the new UAP task force. And they're going on camera with people like myself. And I've gotten a number of them on camera already. And they're disclosing not the classified...
Bro, this man just doxes everyone.
Dog, yeah, bro, holy shit. He just said something. I just was staring at his lips.
He's like, I'm not in this.
What the fuck is happening?
I'm not in this alone.
Yeah, he's like, yo, if I'm going, you need to bring fucking 7,000 people with me.
Everyone's going with me. Holy shit, dude.
In other words, I'm providing the names of the programs. I'm providing...
But he believes this shit, dog.
Involved with the programs.
Yeah, I mean,
This shit has to be real.
He's talking with first-hand witnesses.
I can walk you in the door. So the clearances. So if the government is not going to release it, we're going to release this to the public so they'll know that this
What
is
a
going
fucking
on.
diss.
So
Yeah.
What a diss. You ain't gonna release it? Good.
Yeah, I'll do it for you.
trying to force the government hands. And look, there's a lot of elected officials like Senator Gillibrand and Rubio, Marco Warner, Gallego, Andre Carson, that are really batting for us, that are really, they need our support, but they're going to bat. They're not trying to cover this up. They're trying to actually get this open, but the intelligence agencies are being very difficult. There's nothing in it for them to share what they have. And there's a lot of amazing photographic evidence behind.
I want to see what that shit looks like.
It's so frustrating, James. I feel the same way that you do. I hear the exact same thing. And the overwhelming thing that I hear from inside the intel community is they're terrified because they just don't know what's going on. And they don't want to admit that to all of us. They're terrified.
That's exactly right. So, I just talked to Christopher Mellon, who's also got clearances, who's seen the satellite data, photographic evidence. And he said, well, I'm only talking about it because Ratcliffe talked about it. But I'll tell you right now, it's amazing. And I said, Christopher, please, because I'm friends with Christopher. Can you give me a little more? He's like, well, if you imagine like full 4K of craft, it's about as good as that. And it's just behind them.
Yo.
So it's only a matter of time where some of that stuff's coming out.
Drop the fucking files.
When.
We can only hope. James, is there anything you want to say to the audience before we let you get out of here?
Well, I would say if you check out Moment of Contact.
That's a movie we got to watch.
Absolutely Extraordinary took place in January of 1996 in Varginha, Brazil. Chicken Parmesan dinner on me.
What a fucking guy.
Yeah, what a
dude.
guy, dog. He's gonna cook that shit too.
Yo.
James Fox. Was it James C. Fox on Twitter, I believe?
Yeah, it's at James C. Fox.
There you go. He's a madman. He just opened up his DMs. I don't know why anybody did
I know.
Yo, I'm about to fucking slide in him, dog.
What a fucking
What a guy.
dude.
Look at that smile, dog. That fucking chicken parmesan's out of this world. What are you talking about?
Yo. He's a gem. He's a national treasure.
So you believe in that shit?
Yeah, dude.
All right, it's 30 minutes. I'm gonna get drunk. Beta Boy's out.
Oh my god.
That was a great episode.